Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. In today's video, we finally have hit the Master League part of the season. And running Triple Shadows, a lot of people ask me, how do you do Master League? Well, to be honest, it is a challenge. As obviously we're going to run Triple Shadow. I've got no legendaries other than Mewtwo with trash IVs. So we're going to run Triple Shadow, Triple Non-Legendary, and just for good measure, they all happen to be best buddies. We'll go with Triple Best Buddy. The team we are bringing today is going to be a combination of a Shadow Gardavoir lead, as obviously everyone loves to run Dialga, with a Legacy Stone Edge Machamp in the closing position, and the glue that's going to hold this team together is going to be the big thick boy Shadow Snorlax. He will be the one equipped as our best buddy to reach a defensive bulk point against Dragon Breath users, and let me tell you, this team did perform quite well. So without any further ado, let's get into the battles. We will be leading our Shadow Gardavoir for the duration of this video, and in game number 1, we pick up that lead against the Dialga. So the advantage of using Gardevoir over something like Togekiss is you can actually one shield and farm down. Togekiss usually uses 2 shield, they get 1 back, throwing a flamethrower. But if the opponent chooses to stay in, we will just completely charm down. The opponent is obviously aware of this and they make a switch. They switch into something else that's not particularly good against Gardevoir. A Lugia running Dragon Tail. So we go straight for the Shadow Ball to get our shield back. And we bring in the big thick boy Snorlax. So Snorlax Lugia, kind of a neutral-ish matchup. They're going to go for the Aero Blast, which will take us out from this range. I am not going to shield. If they bait, that's a bonus, but they go straight for the Aero Blast. And now they are 5 Dragon Tails away from their next Sky Attack. So we're going to bring back in our Gardevoir. The super bulky Lugia is getting shredded by this charm. You can see they are now reaching a Sky Attack, so I've got a decision to make. Do I want to shield this up, or are we going to put faith in our Machamp closer? Well, we're seeing one Steel type. I believe there could be a second Steel type in the back, so we commit to the counter down on a flyer. Let's see what they bring in. Let's see if we're right on the team clock. The opponent's waiting out their switch time. They bring in Dialga. That gets farmed down. And in the back is a Yveltal. So we all know what time it is. We go straight for this cross chop. We draw the shield. And then we're going to go straight for this Stone Edge. I'm not particularly caring about lining up my fast moves, as this game is over. Stone Edge near one shots, 1 more counter, and we win with a shield remaining. GG's to that opponent. Moving on into game 2 of the video. We pick up an absolutely dreadful lead against an Excadrill. We say switch into Snorlax, and once again we're met with a terrible counter switch. Again, in comes Yveltal. Being dark, they do resist our lick damage. Snorlax obviously gets through a lot of matchups with its lick damage, so this is being resisted. So now all we can really do is try and spam out some body slams. We get to this second one before the opponent reaches their next Dark Pulse. This is going to be a matchup we are going to lose, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, as we are going to be able to come in and farm down with Gardevoir. The opponent is 1 Snarl away from their next move. They're obviously going to try and get off a move against Gardevoir. But you're about to see they've wasted their time. This is not going to happen. 1 charm. And that's the end of Yveltal. So I instantly switch into Machamp, and you can see we are triple hard countered. However, is the opponent going to shield this Stone Edge? Rockslide does about 70%. That has been nerfed. You see Stone Edge, it lands. It does huge damage. So now it's going to be whether 2 shielded Gardevoir can completely charm down this Excadrill. It's all going to depend if we can sneak any moves in. So the opponent throws their first drill run. We're going to have to shield everything. We really need to sneak a charm in, which we do here. So hopefully we're going to be able to charm down just before they reach their next move. They're going to be 5 mud shots short. And you can see there with 1 HP, the charm that would take them out goes through. They survive with 1 HP. And even though we were triple hard countered, we only just lose that matchup. So GG's to that opponent. Moving on into game 3 of the video. We pick up a neutral lead against Giratina Origin. I say it's neutral because we're both hitting each other for super effective. You can see that Charm does massively out damage the Shadow Claw. However, they are a lot quicker to their charge moves. So we tank the Ominous Wind, we survive with 1 HP, and we instantly swap into our Snorlax. We're going to save that for a sacrificial swap later. The reason I didn't shield is most people that run Giratina often have 1 or 2 steel types. So there'll be no point in me really shielding that up, farming down, to then being a negative matchup in the back. So getting back to this battle, we brought in Snorlax. The opponent banks a move and switches out. That was a mistake. Snorlax then can get to almost the back-to-back superpowers. We land the first one, and we manage to bait a shield with the second body slam, as they would get taken out. This puts us in shield advantage territory. So they bait us, we don't shield. They eventually go for superpower that will take us out. In comes Machamp. We counter down before they get to a move. This is great. Like we said, they bank the move onto that Giratina. I know they're going to come in and try and throw, so I instantly swap into Gardevoir. We catch the move. They're now at another Ominous Wind. So this is where we're going to come my first shield. And you're going to see that a counter user is going to try and counter down that Ghost type. So like we said, they often have 1 or 2 steals in the back. Our theory was correct. Here's the second steel type. Hence I saved my shields for Machamp. Machamp's about to go on a rampage. We get the opponent's last shield. We farm down the Dialga. And just for good measure, we're going to fire off this cross chop into Giratina and take the match. So right there, you see a Shadow Machamp sweep. Giratina double steal. No match for the mighty Machamp. Moving on into game 4 of the video. Looks like the opponent is trying to outspice us. They lead with a Magnezone. That's obviously terrible for our Gardevoir, so we instantly swap into their thick boy Snorlax. The opponent is looking to stay in. They throw a wild charge to chip us down. I do not throw my energy, as I am wondering why they've stayed in. They obviously don't have a great response for Snorlax, and I'm correct. They are running a spicy team. In comes Tyranitar. Tyranitar takes double super effective from fighting type moves. So I fire the back-to-back superpower. The first one gets the shield. The second one near one-shots, even debuff from a non-stab move. Does huge damage. One charm takes out the Tyranitar. Now here's the issue for the opponent. They come back in with Magnezone. They have not waited their switch timer out. They switch super late, so I can shield this up, bring in Machamp. They are switch locked, so we get to completely farm that down, which is great for us. And in the back's a Dragonite. So this is pretty much GG. We're going straight for the Stone Edge. If the opponent shields, we'll just charm it down. The opponent doesn't shield, and we near one-shot that Dragonite. So in that game, you can see there the importance of trying to keep your switch clocks aligned, and if they aren't, you've really got to wait out your switch timer. If not, like there, you can get farmed down. Moving on into the 5th and final game of the video, we pick up a kind of neutralish lead against Mewtwo. Shadow Ball would near one-shot us, even a Side Strike does around 60% to the super squishy Gardevoir. So I look to try and catch a Shadow Ball. The opponent baits us with a Side Strike. That does almost half a Snorlax's health. So here, I'm really hoping that with the best buddy boost, we can get to back-to-back body slams to force a shield. Unfortunately, we do fall just a couple of licks short, which is unfortunate, but they haven't got that much energy, so I can bring back in Gardevoir. I can shield up this move, whatever it is. They aren't going to reach a second, as they haven't got enough energy. So we shield the crunch. They are obviously looking for the defense drop. They don't get it, which is great for us. And now the opponent brings back in Mewtwo. So at this stage, we can now shield once and farm down. Whatever the opponent has in their back, they're obviously saving 2 shields for it. And it's a Dialga. So Dialga pretty much beats most things in the 2 shields. However, the combination of Shadow Counter and Shadow Charm, we are just going to finish this with fast moves. The opponent has yet to use a shield. That's probably because I've only thrown 1 charge move in this game. However, we completely fast move down the super annoying, super common Dialga. Mewtwo comes back in with 1 HP, and that gets fast moved down as well. So, as you know, if you follow this channel for a while, I do absolutely hate Charm. Yesterday, I was running a different team. I had nothing but issues and lag. So, I went with a fast move pressure just to try and get my sets done, because obviously it is triple dust. Obviously, even if you're not that keen on PvP or Master League or Little Cup, I would recommend doing your sets, because that triple dust is really nice. So, let's talk about the team. Do I recommend Shadow Gardavoir? Yes, if you like Charm, which I don't personally, it is really good. Obviously, the advantage of using Shadow Gardavoir over Togekiss is, against stuff like Dialga, you can just one-shield farm down, and any dragon just gets deleted. Yveltal is really common, also gets deleted. Shadow Machamp, especially on Stone Edge, is unbelievable. I think Stone Edge is their best move, as if you use something like Payback, you are still walled against Togekiss. And you can see in this video, we landed a big Stone Edge on that flyer, or on 2 flyers, Togekiss and Dragonite. And it comes in really clutch, so if you are looking to invest an Elite TM in your Shadow Machamp, I would recommend that Stone Edge moveset. Speaking of Elite TMs on Shadow Machamp, at some point in this week, we will be wheeling out the double legacy Karate Chop Payback Machamp. So stay tuned for that video. At this stage, just like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.